Hey guys. I actually just woke up from a nap and woke up with, every time I take naps, I wake up with, I feel like a different person every time I take a nap. I feel like a lot of things are happening in my subconscious, and sometimes messages come through for me once I get up. And I just woke up with the message of a collective fear that's paralyzing everyone. Collective fear from doing the smallest things that can set you free. And we're living in a collective that's permeating with fear, that over edits life, that tries to make everything perfect in so many ways, and it's completely crippling us. So we want to speak a bit on that, and I'm here with my partner Bryce, and we just want to share with you, to have courage and to move through these fears and to throw them away, and how they're not serving you or the collective in any way. It's a mask of the darkness that's paralyzing people, that's keeping people small, to not allow you to move to the places, to the spaces, to do the things that you want to do or try.
Yeah, one thing I guess I've noticed is a lot of a need for self-justification, I guess, for claiming like really anything about like anything great about yourself. It's like people who make videos feel like they have to justify it in some way or another, or if that you're teaching something that you have to provide all these like claims of authority, when the actuality comes that authority comes from experience. And and that's the place that you really need to speak from. That's the place where we need to receive more messages from, is directly from what people have been through. And this overdwelling upon like the processes of awakening is something I've talked about a little bit, how it's like we need to move beyond this. Like, it's really time that we step out and own our power, instead of say we're in the process of finding our power. It's like, guys, we're running out of time. The processes need to be done. Like, if you really want to cut to the chase and get to the core of what you're searching for, don't say you're in a process anymore. Your words of saying you're in a process will create the process. If your words are really everything, and what you say about your life is what your life is going to be. If you want to see the source of like all your problems, start paying attention to your words. I guarantee that your words match exactly your problems, match exactly what you're experiencing. Even if it's like your bliss and joy, I guarantee that your words are a reflection of that, and that it actually comes from your words and not the other way around.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is. It's coming from your words, it's coming from your thought patterns, from your vibration. Your vibration, as soon as you get up in the morning, if you start going into fear or your to-do list about everything that you think you need to get done, you're automatically starting your day in the wrong space. Take time. I'm not kidding. If you took 10 minutes in the morning to sit and to marinate within your being and to honor your space in full integrity and full lovingness towards creating a loving, beautiful, clear space within your being, the rest of your day will manifest in that vibration that you hold from the morning. So as you cultivate that over time, this is literally only 10 minutes a day. And that vibration that you hold, it's the same that turns into your thought patterns. It's the same that turns into the words that you use. Like Bryce was saying, what you are repeating each day is what's happening. If you keep saying that you're in a process, this is a process, that is a process, you are telling every single cell in your body that you are undergoing a process, and that how long is that process going to be? Because
Well, and the universe will totally oblige that too. If you say you're in a process, you're in a process. And if you say it's going to take years, it will take years.
If you feel inside it will take years, it will absolutely take years. If you think that you've had so much trauma from your past that is so hard, and even sometimes it's masked by honoring a process. So you have to be very mindful with this. Because sometimes you could say, well, I'm honoring my process, I'm honoring my process. Make sure you're not, using that as a cop-out for hiding your real light that's just waiting to burst out on the other side of that. So it's incredibly important to be mindful of the words.
I mean, if you want a real challenge, I'd recommend, getting to the bottom of, like, say, an issue or something that you've been getting stuck or hung up on, is actually committing to yourself that you're gonna get to the bottom of it today, and doing whatever it takes to get to the bottom of it today. We've both experimented with this multiple times, where it's like, okay, this keeps coming up. It's over and over. It's this cycle of my life. I am going to get to the bottom of it today and be done with it, and move forward with my life without that plaguing me or without that being a stumbling block. And you know what? Every time that either of us have, like, committed to do so, we've done it.
It's no joke. It's no joke. You can take a day, a month, a year. The thing is, once you believe inside, once you really believe that I can do this in a day, you are going to be amazed the amount that you can change within one day. You can literally change your whole life around in one day, but you have to choose it. You have to choose that you want to do it and that you're ready and that you don't want to delay anymore, because your life is too precious. Your gifts are too precious. Your gifts want to be out in the world. And there's something that came up as well, that there's something about the individual. You're not only an individual entity. Your energy stretches through all of the galaxies in star system, in the sky, in the earth, in the trees, in the animals. So you're a lot more vast than sometimes you feel or experience. So when you're experiencing pain or discomfort or any dissonance within your being, you're identifying too strongly as an individual identity. And that's why you're experiencing all this discord within. When that is falling away and you're opening your field, you feel connected to the entire cosmos. You feel connected to the people around you. You're able to move out of that personal identification so that you can actually do the real work in your life.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just to reiterate, it's, a lot of people get really afraid of that moment, of passing through, right? Of going through that actual door of realization to your real dreams, your real goals, your real work, your destiny, and your purpose. I just want to say to you, like, right now, is like, if you just go for it, it's like you're not going to regret it. It's more painful where you're at right now than it is on the other side. It's more painful to not wake up all the way. Like, you want to see immediately where you're hung up. Commit to yourselves. Give yourself like a week where you don't watch TV, where you don't drink, where you don't smoke, where you don't do any drugs, where you don't do any of the distracting things that you normally do, and just feel everything all the way. And anything that doesn't feel good, cut it out of your life. And you know what? Like, you're gonna go through, or maybe you won't. Maybe you'll like the smoothest transition ever. But what will happen is that you'll move directly into what it is that you do want and what you are claiming. It's like, for example, if you believe that, okay, if I quit my job, I'm going to be homeless, you will be. If you believe if I quit my job, I'm going to find the greatest thing ever. I'm going to find the perfect solution. I'm going to live in my passion. That's exactly what you're going to experience. It's up to you. It's your mind. And you have to learn how to, really to be in control of the thoughts that you give energy to. Our subconscious has a natural tendency to, one, it's receptive of like all stimuli, really. Most people that you see walk around are just receiving the stimuli of their environment and reacting to those stimuli. And then their subconscious actually will multiply the messages of those stimuli, and then they'll go out and they'll spread all these messages according to what they think is their ideas, when really they're just like, taking something in, spreading it out, taking something in, spreading it out. One of the true tests of like really, of mastery comes where you select the thoughts. Just because there's stimuli coming in doesn't mean that you give it any room. You don't like cater it and like let it grow. You decide what your thought patterns are. You decide who you are. A perfect, we've heard it called a spell, but like, I guess that is what it is. But the pattern on the trestle board, which is on both of our websites, like it's on templeofthearchinox.org or mirrorsoulwisdom.com. If you want to cut to the chase, sing those words every morning when you wake up and every night when you go to bed. It's gonna shake up everything that's false, like immediately.
It's no joke. We started using. I've never been a fan of using affirmations for a long time, but these words, when you state them in the specific way they're supposed to be said, they shake out everything in your life that is not according to your true will. And we discovered this by using them now for what?
4 months, maybe?
About 4 months. Our lives radically transformed within that time, but we started seeing proof of that, I would say, within the first week of using the words.
Like even a couple days in, it started to shake things up like really radically.
Yeah.
For example, like, it's each of the sayings are coordinated with the numbers, right? So you have 0 through 10. Already these numbers are symbolic of, ideas and concepts and different, continuums of thoughts that we all carry. And so that's one of the benefits of the Tree of Life, the arrangement of the 10 Sephiroth, is you kind of learn how these patterns interact with each other and how our thoughts in different states of consciousness, coordinate. But as you go through these patterns, like for example, like I was going to say, like number 5, I recognize the manifestation of the undeviating justice in all the circumstances of my life. When you say that out loud and you acknowledge that your life is 100% just, that the situation you're in right now, like wherever you are, look around, right now is 100% your responsibility and your creation. It has nothing to do with anyone else. It has everything to do with you. Then you start to look around your environment and start to think like, okay, well, what is it that I don't like about this? How did I create this? You take ownership over every aspect of your life. Each of the numbers has, a different things associated with them, but, each of them really do, allow you to take ownership of your true nature, which is, is the self. It is the eternal motion of the universe, which I just discussed in my last video. And that's where like the joy comes, is that, these tensions and these pains and everything you're experiencing, any anxiety that you have, are tensions you're feeling for the purpose of moving you towards this realization. Like you may not see that right now, but that's why they're there. And the realization of this is just going to bring just absolute joy and happiness into your life. Like it's just going to brighten it up, and it's going to get sweeter and sweeter and better and better. So, it's time to get done with processes. It's time to like actually live like this. I don't.
To live our lives, to do what we want to do, to express ourselves,
Yeah.
to feel joy, and to celebrate that with each other, so that we can celebrate, we can grow together, and we can revel in this joyous life, in this gift.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, let's actually like live in a world full of the joy. Let's consciously create something that's like better than what we have right now. Let's not go outside and just see trash and crap everywhere we see and people that are miserable. Let's actually fix that. Let's build more beautiful buildings. Let's build temples that we can actually acknowledge and express our spirits. Let's
Create beauty.
create beauty and express beauty and support those that do so, and not support these, black magicians that spread their rampant advertisement and their worthless junk and press it on us through, their use of this receiving subconscious faculty that we all have, where we're just receiving these messages directly. Let's not support them anymore.
All right, baby.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, well.
All right, guys. That's what's coming through for you. We love you.